Hey there, it's Coach Tiff here with another video. Hopefully, this one will be helpful and will help put your mind at ease about investing. So, that's what we're going to dive into today. Stacking your paper, the basics of investing. So, in this video, I want to break down and kind of help take away that stigma of investing your money because really that's the only way to grow your finances. That's the only way to grow your wealth is if you invest it somewhere, obviously very responsibly, invested so that you can see growth. And again, when you come to this channel, we talking long term. I am not a quick turnaround, get rich quick type of person. I am going to tell you the long game, okay? Because that's where you are going to see the most success, and you won't have that much stress because you're not trying to hurry up and make all this money in such a fast amount of time, okay? All right, so let's just dive right into it. Okay, so preparation is the key. Okay, preparation is the key. Times have changed and they'll keep changing. The world looks so different now, much more different than it did 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago. It looks totally different, right? So we have to be prepared mentally. Again, mindset. We have to be prepared mentally to be able to move forward and be able to really navigate this world, navigate this our finances in this crazy world, right? So as long as we have an understanding that times have changed and they will keep changing, then again, you take the stress off yourself. You kind of know certain things are coming down the pipeline. You know that things are going to change. We go up, we go down, but you stay consistent and stay and keep your faith and you'll be just fine. You will be just fine. I know it doesn't seem like it at this moment, but you will be just fine. All right. And inflation is real and you must adjust how you handle your finances. Again, we have to be prepared. The better prepared you are, the less stressed you are at how much things cost. Like I said in a previous video, do you want to pay higher prices for things? Absolutely not. Of course not. Who would want to pay more? But because that's what we have to do right now, the better you prepare yourself, the less stressful it is. All right. And invest, invest, invest. I cannot stress this enough. Investing is so important. It's so important. So please, please, please. Um, I am a money mindset coach. So my job is to get your mindset in the place where you know and understand that you need to be doing these things, right? But you need to work with a licensed professional financial advisor to help you kind of navigate how and where to put those finances. Now, I make suggestions, but I am not a licensed financial advisor. I am a money mindset coach. My job is to help you shift and adjust so that you understand that you need to be investing. Okay. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Just make sure that, there's no discrepancies and definitely are understanding what I'm saying there. And next is that we want to build for the long term. As I just said a few minutes ago, we want to look at this as a long term solution. This is not supposed to be like trying to hit the jackpot, trying to hit the lottery. Do sometimes things happen where you can become rich overnight? Yes, but it's not as common as often because if it was, everybody'd be rich, right? So just building for the long term, again, you take some of the stress off of yourself without trying to be, moving so fast and getting everything done in 2.5 seconds. Okay. So we want to build for the long term and stop procrastinating. Okay. And execute. That is so huge, right? Because a lot of times, especially those that are believers and those that believe in write the vision, make it plain, we have a tendency to write things down and it never makes it off the paper. So we don't want to do that, right? We want to execute. Even if executing is just something as simple as doing research to see what vehicles you want to invest in. Do you want it to be mutual funds? Do you want it to be stocks? Do you want it to be crypto? Do you want it to be a Roth IRA? Where life insurance. Where do you want to invest your money, right? So again, that could be a form of execution as well. It doesn't always mean that, oh, I got to hurry up and throw my money in there. But you don't want to dilly dally too long. You want to act on it, because as you know, a lot of times the longer you put things off, the less likely it's going to get done. Okay. All right. So next up, we are going to talk about invest in your health. I don't think a lot of people dive into this as much because they think like, well, what does health have to do with finances? Well, if you're sick, how are you supposed to spend your money? How are you supposed to be able to enjoy the fruits of your labor if you're sick? So we want to invest in our health and make sure that we are doing the things up front to be able to live a longer life, to live a healthy life, to live a prosperous life. We want to make sure that we are being mindful of not just our pockets, but we are being mindful of what we put in our body. So that could be just simply, making sure that we're eating right, making sure that we're exercising, making sure that we're moving our bodies, because I would hate to be a millionaire and like literally could not do anything. I'm bedridden. You know what I'm saying? You want to be able to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Okay. Then here are some tips. So, healthy habits. Again, make sure that we're putting good things inside of our bodies. Weight loss, healthy body, healthy life, eat less sugar. We know sugar is like not really, really good for us. And pretty much a lot of things that we eat produce sugar. So again, do some research, see what works with your body, talk to your doctor, see how you can get on a healthier path. So again, you can be here to spend that money and to see your children prosper and to see your children's children's prosper. So we want to be able, we're taking care of that. All right. And don't let your mind bully your body, right? You are in control. Do not let your mind tell you that you can't resist eating that piece of chocolate cake and you know that you shouldn't, or you can't resist eating all that pasta and you know that you shouldn't. So we have to again structure our minds so that it doesn't bully our bodies and we can do what we need to do to be in a better place. All right. Work out, definitely important, whether it's taking a walk, go a walk with your dog or go walk with your friend, go walk with your kids, right? Just get out, get moving. There's tons of things on YouTube, tons of videos that you can watch. I have found some really, really good workout videos that I have like saved in a playlist. They have some hip hop, like gospel, dance videos. I'm like, oh, this is good. And it's easy, right? So I can do that with my children. Okay. All right. So, not sure how savvy you all are as far as investing, but I'm going to be talking about some basic things here just to kind of refresh. If this is, something that you already know, feel free to skip ahead. If it's something that you're like, okay, yeah, I want to learn more about it, then stick around and we'll just walk through it. Okay. So let's get down to the basics of investing. Imagine your money is like a team of little workers. You want these workers to hustle hard so you can stack your paper, AKA build your wealth, right? You want to put your money to work. That's basically what investing is. If you just sit your money in a savings account that's only getting 0.01% interest, not really working for you too much, right? Maybe in a year, you're going to get 6 cents, maybe $1, just depending on how much you got in your checking account or savings account at your local bank. So we want to put our paper to work and we wanted to work a little bit harder. So where you're investing, if you're a crypto person, I do invest in crypto. I do invest in stocks and bonds. I do invest in, stocks, bonds, life insurance. I do, spread my money out. So it's not all my eggs are not in one basket. Okay. And so what is investing? Investing is all about putting your money to work for you instead of letting your cash chill in a savings account. Like I just said, you're putting it in places where it can grow over time, not overnight. Okay. Think of it as planting seeds that will eventually grow into a money tree, right? So that's what's like so super important, right? We want to know that just like when a farmer plants seeds, right? He plants corn. He doesn't go out the next day and expect it to be sky high corn stalks. He knows that it's going to take time. So that's how we have to be. That's the patience that we have to have, the patience of a farmer. So we want to see those trees grow, right? Okay. And then the stock market, your money's playground. The stock market is where folks buy and sell shares of companies. When you buy a stock, you're buying a piece of that company. If the company does well, your piece of the pie gets bigger, but if they mess up, your slice might shrink. It's like putting your money on your favorite team. Sometimes they win, sometimes they lose. So, my approach to investing when I first started investing was to invest in companies that I was already purchasing things from. Okay. Where I was already spending my money. So, for instance, um, Nike, Timberlands. Um, I don't really do Starbucks anymore. Um, yeah, Timberlands. So VF Corp owns Timberlands. Um, so that's where I started investing, was where I was already spending my money, and which is what I encourage people to do. Again, talk to your a licensed professional financial advisor unless you are comfortable making your own investing moves, which is totally fine as well. I do my own. I do have a brokerage, but I really do a lot of it on my own. So that's kind of where you feel a little less stressed about it, because if you're already buying the products, so that must mean you believe in the company. So then why wouldn't you go ahead and invest your money in the company? So that might be, a way for you to start. Robinhood, use platforms where you can buy fractional shares if you don't want to buy a whole share. Or there are some companies where maybe, let's say the share is $1,200 and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't have $1,200, but you still want to invest, then you can buy fractional shares. You don't have to buy a whole share. And I can talk about that more. Just drop in the comments if you want me to expound on that. But for the sake of the video, I don't want it to be too long. So I want to kind of get through these points quickly. But you can always drop me a comment. I read all my comments and I do respond. Okay. All right. So bonds. So these are different types of things that you can invest in. So you got bonds, you got mutual funds, you got ETFs. So bonds are like lending your money to the government or a company. In return, they promise to pay you back with interest. It's like you're the bank and they're the borrower. Bonds are usually safer than stocks, but don't grow as fast. Think of them as slow and steady options. So again, if you are not in a hurry, if you are not one of those ones trying to turn money around really quickly, then bonds may be the best bet for you. But again, talk to your financial advisor and see if that's for you, or do more research and see is that something that you want to take a risk on. All right. And then mutual funds and ETFs, the money mix. So mutual funds and ETFs, which is exchange traded funds, are like a big pot of gumbo. Instead of buying one stock or bond, you're buying a mix of different ones. So they're like all together. It's a way to spread your money around so you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. Diversification is the name of the game here, which is always good, because if one stock isn't doing well and another one is doing great, you know what I'm saying? So you're not just throwing everything and then losing tons and tons of money. So you want to kind of balance it out. So that mutual funds are great and ETFs are great. Setting goals, why you invest. So that is so important. So before you start, ask yourself why you're investing. Is it for a down payment on a house, your kids' college fund, retirement? Know your goals helps you choose the right investment. It's like picking the right outfit for the occasion. So, very, very, very true. Anytime you get ready to dive into something, anytime you get ready to set goals, you must figure out why are you doing it. So, Um, a lot of people are trying to buy a home and they're trying to find a way to save the money, but it seems like it's taking so long. The process is taking so long. So investing can help to accelerate that, right? So you put your money somewhere where it can grow. And that's why it's good to not be in a rush. Now, don't do this if you're getting ready to get kicked out of your house or your apartment or whatever. Do this like maybe when you first get married or when you first graduate from college or graduate from high school even. Start investing your money so then that way again, you don't need it right at this moment. Maybe you won't need it for 4 or 5, 6 years. So it has time to do something. It has time to grow, okay? So, set the goals, understand why, what is your why? That's definitely what you want to do, okay? All right. And then averaging, I'm sorry. Slow and steady wins the race. With dollar cost averaging, you invest a fixed amount of money regularly. No matter what the market is doing, it's like putting a little money into your piggy bank every week. Over time, you'll buy more shares when prices are low and fewer when they're high. It's a way to avoid the stress of trying to time the market, which a lot of people try to do and then they get scared and then they're like, you know what, I'm just not going to do anything. And we don't want you to do that. I'm sorry. We don't want you to do that. We don't want you to just be stuck. We actually do want you to invest and do something. Okay. All right. And then compounding, the magic of money growing money. Compounding is where your money starts making money on its own. So let me give you an example. Imagine you invest $100 and earn $10 in interest. Next year, you earn interest on $110. Okay. So it's like a snowball rolling down a hill, getting bigger and bigger. The earlier you start, the more you benefit from compounding. So that is something that is, again, it's a longer term solution. It is not for you quick turnaround people. This is, again, the long game. We are definitely talking about that throughout this whole video. And diversification, don't put all your eggs in one basket, which we already talked about that. So you definitely want to spread your investments across, right? You don't want to throw all your eggs. Just like when you're interviewing for a job, just like when you're applying for jobs, you don't just apply. Most people, I'm not going to say, because there are some people that just apply and interview for one one company. But most people, they apply to multiple places, right? Hoping that the best one comes through for them. So diversification is always great. Make sure that you spread your investments across different assets. All right. Know your comfort zone. This is so funny because I was very, very, very scared to invest. I was like, I don't want to lose my money. You mean to tell me I'm gonna put $200 somewhere, $300 somewhere, $1,000 somewhere, $5,000 somewhere, and I might lose it? That was very difficult for me. That was very difficult for me. And I know some people, they're like, yeah, just bet it all. You know what I'm saying? They'll like go just head first, right? So everybody has a different comfort level. Some people can handle big ups and downs while others prefer a smooth ride. Know yourself and invest in a way that lets you sleep at night. If you're a thrill seeker, stocks might be your thing. If you like playing it safe, bonds could be your best bet. Again, just kind of see where you are, your temperature, where are you? Like how comfortable are you? Drop in the comments, like, how comfortable are you? Are you like just jump out of the plane without a parachute type of person? Or are you more like, I'm gonna sit on the beach and, kind of read a book, get a tan a little bit. Are you like that type of person? Okay. And then keep learning, stay in the know. The world of investing is always changing. As I stated earlier in the video, things change constantly, and a lot of times they change rapidly. Stay informed by reading books, listening to podcasts, and following market news. It's like keeping up with the latest trends, always something new to learn. But again, as you dive more into educating yourself, as you dive more into making sure that you're staying abreast on everything, it's not so scary. It's not as scary and it's not as overwhelming. The more you learn, the better you feel. Like anything else, when you first started learning how to ride a bike, you're trying to ride the bike and it's scary because, oh my God, first the training wheels are on, and now you're telling me you're going to take the training wheels off, and then I might fall. But then once you got that rhythm down, now you're riding with no hands on the handlebars. All right, all right, all right. Okay. So, 8 tips to build your wealth. All right. So, let's talk about that real quick. First on the list is donate to charities or religious organizations. That is, you definitely always want to give back, right? You want to give back. Yeah. So, as I said, you definitely always want to be able to give back. As God blesses you, you want to be a blessing to other people. Okay. And keep a budget. I cannot stress enough how important it is to keep a budget, because how do you know how much you can invest if you don't know where your money is going? So you have to keep a budget so that you can also carve out money to be able to invest, to be able to save and invest. All right. Live below your means. Now that does not mean that you have to live with the bare minimum. Okay. It just means do not overextend yourself. If you get a raise, do not go and buy more expensive things or increase your expenses just because your income has increased a little bit. Okay. Invest. I've been talking about that. Start a business. Now, this one is always a little tricky because some people are like, I don't want to own a business. And I understand that and I totally get it. Not everybody wants to be an entrepreneur, and that's totally fine. But I do believe that God has given everyone a talent that they can monetize. And so starting a business might be, if you're good at tutoring, if you're good at graphic arts, right? Graphic design, you can find something because you really need something to offset your taxes. So, especially as your kids start to age out, right? And you're not getting the child tax credit anymore once your kid starts to age out, then you don't want to be paying taxes up the wazoo because you don't have really anything else to write off. Okay. So, consider using the tax code to your benefit and start a business. All right. Work with a financial advisor. Again, that person will help you to really find the vehicles that would work best with your goals and that will work best with your dreams and your desires. And they can navigate you and help to guide you and show you how to actually start to build the life that you want, to live. So, definitely work with a financial advisor and do the hard work up front. Okay, Tiffany, what does that mean? Do the hard work up front. Do the hard work up front. It means that, okay, if you have to put in a few extra hours, if you have to start a business, start a side hustle, do all that hard work up front. So as you get older and closer to retirement age, then you want to work smarter, not harder, right? I'm 50 years old. I am trying to work smarter and not harder. So that's why I had put a lot of things in position years ago so that as I'm getting older, then I don't have to worry about certain things. I don't have to worry about inflation and different things like that. I just don't, and I'm grateful to God for it. It's to his glory that he has given me the wisdom. He has given me the wisdom, the knowledge, and the discipline to be able to manage my finances properly. And so that's why I'm here to help you and help as many people as I can. All right. And then contribute to a 401k Roth IRA. Again, do some research. Sometimes your 401k at work, you definitely want to take advantage of that because that's free money that they're matching whatever you're putting in. So you definitely want to take advantage of that. And a Roth IRA, again, talk to a financial advisor and see if that is the way for you to go as well. Okay. All right. So things you need to do now. If at all possible, find a higher paying position or skill. If at all possible. I understand that some people that are watching this maybe find that it's not possible, and that's okay. But if you can, use that money to aggressively save, invest, and pay down debt. Invest in real estate, right? You can leave the property for your children and grandchildren that they can use it as an income generator. Okay. Invest in cryptocurrency and or stocks, bonds, and index funds. You want to do these things now. Um, but again, do your research. You got any questions, please feel free to drop the comment. Again, like I said, I don't want to dive too deep into it because for the sake of timing, I don't want to do that. But if you have any specific questions, please feel free to drop them in the comments and I'll be happy to answer them for you. And then put money in a Roth IRA if your employer doesn't offer a 401k. All right, so here are some popular wealth building vehicles, self-managed that I currently use. So I do Fundrise, which is a real estate investment platform where, like, basically you throw your money into a pot and they buy different high rises, subdivisions, all that kind of stuff. So it's like you're investing in real estate, but you're not flipping properties. You're not buying properties and, you know, selling them or different things like that. Also Ally Investing, Acorns, Uphold, and Coinbase. Those are what I use. And then popular wealth building vehicles, broker managed that I use. So I use Transamerica and Fidelity. All right. Okay. And so then we are going to talk about some helpful resources that like I work with, that I use, that has been very helpful for me. Nerd Wallet is amazing. Budgets are sexy. Cash Money Life, the Crazy Coupon Lady, and Rakuten. Rakuten, so the last two, Crazy Coupon Lady and Rakuten, those will help you to be able to, since you're already shopping and you help you find ways to save more money so that you could put that money back into your pockets. And then, you know, follow these accounts on Instagram. These are accounts that I have found very helpful. Of course, Tiffany Talks Money, Wall Street Trapper, and His and Her Money. All right, so let's do thinking time really quickly. Just something to leave with you so that you can think about it. And just hopefully you will do some homework and you are jotting this down. And so the first one is, what are some ways that I can create generational wealth? So start really thinking about that. Like, right? Like, what can I do? What can I sell? What can I monetize so that I can use that to help jumpstart my generational wealth building? How much would I need to save in order to start investing? Okay, well, really, you can invest with as small as $10. If you're doing crypto, if you're doing Robinhood, if you're doing Webull, if you are doing platforms where you could buy fractional shares, you can start with as little as $10. And I would say start off small. I would say start off small. If you're not really comfortable and not ready to like really jump out there like that, then definitely start small. Okay. And then what additional streams of income can I create to supplement my wealth building strategy? Again, I believe that God has given everybody a talent that they can monetize. I really do believe that. So, hopefully, this has been helpful for you. I am trying to find a way to really explain to people that this is so important and this is so needed. So I hope that information was helpful. I hope that it helped to ease your mind to be able to make better choices, make better decisions when it comes to investing. I hope that you will start to prioritize investing because it is important and it will allow you to grow your money. Also, we talked about budgeting a little bit in the video, and I wanted to let you know that I do have a budgeting spreadsheet. And if you are interested in checking it out, I will leave the link below. feel free to peruse, go to the page, look at it. If you have any questions, please, please, please do not hesitate to contact me. I am happy to answer any questions that you may have. Also, if you're interested in seeing me do a demo of the budget spreadsheet, happy to do that as well. Right now, the price of the spreadsheet is $3.99 because I am just trying to help as many people as I can to be able to navigate their financial life so that they can see more of their paycheck. So hopefully that would help you. Hopefully that's why you're here, because you want to learn how to manage your finances better. You want to be able to have more money in your pocket. So I'm trying to help you with that, okay? And if you could do me a favor, if you could like, subscribe, if you aren't already subscribed, and share this with somebody that you feel like could benefit from this, I would really appreciate it. I do appreciate you being here. Thank you so, so much for your attention. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. So if you could do me that favor, check out the link below, and also let me know if you want to see a demo of the budget spreadsheet that I have, what I use to help me stay on top of my finances. Okay? All right. Thank you so much again, and I'll see you in the next video.